Hello, this is Dr. Tae. Today's topic will be mint. So, if you're watching this video, this is for education and entertainment purposes. So, if you have any concerns, please consult with your doctor and ask them about whether you should take mint or not. Please do not take this information as medical advice. And if you like content like this, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of future videos when we upload them. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, today's thing is on mint. The research on mint is interchangeably used with uh, peppermint and regular mint. Is it an identical plant? No, but do people mix and match them and use them? The answer is yes. So it's hard to find research consistent with one specific herb when it comes to mint. It's one of those things that people use them interchangeably. Now, having said all of that, let's see. All right, so this is what it looks like. This is actually mint, and it can grow in your backyard. I highly recommend that you do that. I have some growing in my staircase in my house, and I pluck them out and I make a drink out of it. I add it into my food. It's got a lot of health benefits. It's known to be good for asthma, lung congestion, mucus, sinus congestion, sore throat, IBS, acne, and overall skin health. And in traditional Chinese medicine, the properties of mint is considered to be cool because we all have taken mint, right? So it's got this cool sensation to it. And acrid, meaning that it is pungent. And herbs that release the exterior. Well, what does that mean? The exterior means the surface of the skin, so that it has the ability to open up the pores. And acrid herbs have the ability to do that. So this is one of the reasons why it's so good for the skin, because if you have skin or acne issues, we would consider that heat around the exterior. And because this is a cool releasing the exterior herbs, and that is one of the main reasons why it's good for the skin. For those who have known me since my teenage years, I suffer from very severe acne, and if you look close, you'll see a lot of scars here and there, and that's because I had a lot of acne growing up. And one of the ways I was able to get better with acne was, of course, changing my diet. And that was the main thing that I did. I changed my diet and I got better. And I met an herbalist who was a fellow herbalist, I should say, who graduated several years behind me. And she drank a lot of mint tea whenever we would go out. And I said, "Why do you drink mint tea? That's so odd. I drink black tea or coffee and things like that." And she said she suffers from acne. I was like, "Oh," and I noticed that she had really good skin. And so I picked up her habit and started drinking mint tea whenever I go out. And it had a positive impact on my skin. And since then, I've been recommending it to a lot of my patients whenever they go out. If they have nothing to pick to drink, pick some mint tea. And do I think it helps? I think it helps if you drink it for more than 3 or 4 days straight. And because it's acrid and the acrid function of herbs, it has the ability to course the liver and constrain. So it has the effects to get rid of stress to that degree, and more so, that's one of the main reasons. As you're eating it, congesting it, it brings down inflammation in the GI tract, and therefore it's good for irritable bowel syndrome, which could be identified as inflammation in your gut. Okay, now having said all of this, let's go on to so mint has shown to be very protective from. It's got radio protective potential of mint, and what that means is that chemical compounds, which are radio uh, uh, irradiation, can be good for this purpose. So if you eat a lot of like microwave foods, or you're always around computers and your cell phone's always on top of you, this might be a good radio protective, because all of these things that you're being exposed to has the ability to how do you say radiation that acts as a free radical to damage your cells and your DNA and so forth. And mint is known to be good against that. And this is the research around it. Next is a systematic review of meta-analysis in the efficacy of peppermint oil on IBS. And basically, they sampled more than 1,030 patients, and peppermint oil was more efficacious than placebo for global IBS, meaning the people who were getting fake peppermint oil globally, meaning as a general whole, was getting better results. And if you look at the conclusion, peppermint oil was superior to placebo for the treatment of IBS, but adverse events were more frequent, and quality of evidence was very low. Adequate powered RCTs of peppermint oil of line treatments for IBS are needed. Basically, the way I translate that in my interpretation is that the effects were so mild, and the adverse events, or I guess in terms of like having gas or anything like that in the gastroesophageal reflux. So I would put it into that category. And next is peppermint oil, another one. This time it was 835, and if you look at this, in most comprehensive meta-analysis to date, peppermint oil was shown to be safe and effective therapy for pain and global symptoms in adults with IBS. Now, will this replace medication for people with severe situations? No. We just note that these things alleviate these things. And will I be using peppermint to treat IBS? No, there are a lot of other things that I would use for IBS, and peppermint is not one of the main herbs that I would use for, but there's research around it, and that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm not recommending if you have IBS, you should be taking peppermint oil. I'm saying that if you have like, oh, my stomach doesn't feel too well, and I think that's what I would use it for, not in the purpose of treating medical conditions like IBS. And another one, this was in 2013. Another one that's peppermint oil is safe and effective in short-term treatment for IBS. Future studies should assess long-term efficacy and safety of peppermint oil and its efficacy relative to other IBS treatments, including antidepressant and antispasmodic drugs. I guess they're mentioning antidepressants because, once again, it relieves constrained liver, and that could be interpreted as having stress in the body, in which peppermint does help alleviate that. Now, when you smell peppermint, what happens to your body? The mucus, because it's an aromatic herb, it courses through your sinus and thins the mucus, and therefore you're able to breathe better. And that's why things like the vapor rub and all of these pharmaceutical things that you can apply to your body. Some people use, what is that? I know a lot of holistic practitioners use like coconut oil infused with peppermint oil or essential oils, and they mix that together and they rub it into their sinuses so that as you're breathing in these things, it has the ability to bring down inflammation and get rid of mucus. And if you go back to here, that's why as you're able to breathe it, it's good for asthma, lung congestion, mucus, sinus congestion, and sore throat, because this is what they call anti-heat. It's cool. It brings down the inflammation, and also for skin. So having said all of this, the way I would recommend people to start drinking is grow some mint tea in the backyard or by your window or anything like that. And whenever you get some, clip some and just put it into your tea or hot water and drink it on a consistent basis. It's a great way to start your morning with mint tea on an empty stomach. I always found that very, very soothing, and I do that from time to time. And you can put it into your food, like if you're drinking like hot soup. And I think they do this in not all restaurants, but some restaurants use mint tea in your pho, like the bone marrow noodle soup that the Vietnamese people eat. And you see that in some recipes. Sometimes it's different herbs, but you see that from time to time. And some people crush it into their drinks, like the mojito that people love to drink. Right, I do that in my whenever I go on vacations. And so mint has these properties I would recommend, and I would use it more for um, getting skin conditions to uh, have a more targeted effect more than the IBS. IBS is not gonna um, treat it so well so that you don't need to take any other type of other treatments. But for skin, I know for a fact that people who suffer from severe acne, this can minimize the skin to have less irritation, and especially if people who have a habit of uh, using their hands to squeeze out and they have a lot of scar tissue, right? That's one thing you can do is um, make a balm with essential oils, or crush the actual leaves and make a paste out of it, maybe with some aloe and things like that, and just rub it into your skin with like lemon. So one protocol that I was recommending for some ladies that had severe acne was using lemon to um, to clear their skin as much as they can, so that the skin kind of exfoliates from the acids and opens up the pores. Then they can use mint leaves to uh, rub it into your skin to help bringing down the inflammation and releasing the pores. Next, after that is all done, you should cover with some sort of good oils, maybe some like coconut oil and things like that. And I've seen that help on several people over the years. Now, having started all of this, if you like more content like this, please hit the like button and stay tuned for more videos upcoming. All right, thank you. Bye bye.